talk about the next 5 minutes after you score. Stone's taking a chance. The keeper's out. Look at this. Stone scores it from midfield.
Quick pitch to Deshaun Heckman, definitely being a major runner for the Vikings, and he's just going to show that speed. He's got one man to beat, and that'll be a great touchdown for the Viking.
For South Adams, and that is the game point. Serve goes out of bounds for Neal.
Heading into the second, most definitely. Eli for 3. He gets it.
Hand off to KCO. KCO gets in. It is touchdown.
Up with it. She's going to try a 3, and she'll get that.
They came in and stole the zebra out of the glass case and replaced it with a tiger. And a bunch of bones and some blood in there to kind of make it like
To run through on the ball. Yes. And there's a goal, and she wasn't ready. And Dunlap's smart and takes time and takes it quick.
All right, good evening and welcome to Eugene Snyder Field. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast on RTC4.com. Tonight we have Argus Dragons soccer coming at you. Good evening, everybody. Steve Stricker. Andy's not here yet. He's working on, he's doing the bus duties tonight up at the for the junior high boys, so he'll be here shortly. But we're starting just a little early. Tonight is the senior night for the Argus boys. So we wanted to get on here and make sure we got covered with all the festivities here for the senior night, recognizing the 2017 Argus Dragons senior class. So it's been a great career here for the boys. They are 3-time sectional and 3-time regional champions. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. John Alcorn for the announcements of all the seniors here.
Someone point Fernando to walk out there in a cool way. Very nice. Future plans was to be a pro soccer player. Most memorable moment, my first goal with the team. Advice underclassmen is work hard. Next is senior Brody Bennett. He's the son of Brooke and Ryan Heisler. His future plans are to join the Navy. Most memorable moment was going into the game at Lakeland Christian for 2 minutes before getting taken out because I got a concussion. Advice to underclassmen, do not kneel during the national anthem. Next is Jesper Esser. His exchange student staying with Letitia and Dylan Colburn. Future plans, return to Germany and finish school. Most memorable moment is his drive-through experience with Samantha and Chino at McDonald's. His advice to underclassmen is respect friends, teachers, and other people. Always be positive and do what you want to do. Jesper Esser. Next is Bryce Jackson, son of Stacy Evans. His future plans, go to college to be an accountant. His most memorable moment was Coach Elmer's halftime speech at the CMA tournament. His advice to underclassmen is don't do drugs and stay in school. Bryce Jackson. Our next senior is Jacob Olds. He's a son of Scott Olds and Teresa Burleson Olds. His future plans are play a soccer game today. Most memorable moment, listening to JJ's winner's circle speeches. And his advice to underclassmen is play hard, boys. That's Jacob Olds. Next is Zen Perman. He is escorted by Ken and Misty Dowdle. Future plans are to join the Navy as an MA and then get a job in law enforcement. His most memorable moment is Coach Elmer's halftime speech during the championship game at the Invitational. Advice to underclassmen: work hard and stay positive. Nothing is ever given to you. Zen Perman. Next is Mo Segura, an exchange student staying with Peter Foster. His future plans are to become a dentist. Most memorable moment is when Mr. Foster got punched in the belly by Hunter. Advice to underclassmen: do your homework and respect upperclassmen and teachers. Mo Segura. And our final seniors, Blake Thomas, the son of Brad and Angie Thomas. Future plans: go to college, travel, have a little fun, and enjoy life. His most memorable moment? Coach Elmer's halftime speech at the CMA Invitational this year. His advice to underclassmen: work hard during practice and don't do anything to make Moach mad. Blake Thomas. Congratulations to our seniors this year.
Alrighty, there's your seniors for the Argus Dragons for the 2017 Argus Soccer Squad. And just let Alex kind of pan over the boys here and get a good shot of all the different gifts and such. Looks like one of them got a soccer blanket. Oh, it looks like they all got soccer blankets. That's pretty cool. Did you get a soccer blanket last year?
We didn't get soccer blankets. We got sweatshirts.
Okay, soccer sweatshirts.
All the seniors, girls and boys on the back of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Still wear it to this day.
Well, yeah, it's been a whole 12 months ago, huh? It's not like you're 30 years out of school or anything there, Alex. So, yeah. All right, so clock is going to start here shortly, I would assume. We've got about 15 minutes here before the start of the actual game. The game is going to be a renewal of the oldest soccer rivalry in the state of Indiana. First two teams to have soccer programs in the state, Culver Military Academy and Argus Dragons. Started back in 1963, and the first season it was 1-1-1 for both schools. 1 win, 1 tie, and 1 loss. So couldn't get quite more even than that for the program. I think the history of the program, the basketball coach from Argus was looking for a way to keep his team, or get his team into shape, and they decided that soccer might have the answer, just not the numbers to start a football program here. And so they started a soccer program, and it's stuck ever since 1963. So pretty neat here. The academy and Argus meet every year now. They used to meet a couple times a year, and it kind of dwindled down over the years. And there's usually a lot on the line when the two teams meet. And right now, conference, supremacy, I guess you could say, would be on the line. If the academy wins, they would go to 5-0 in the conference, and they would win actually because they've already played Bethany Christian, which the Dragons have yet to play. If the Dragons win tonight and they can pull out a win on Saturday versus Bethany Christian, then the Dragons would take the conference crown for the season. So still a lot of conference issues to be settled here for the Northern Indiana Soccer Conference. So not quite through the season yet. Got 2 more games due the boys. Girls senior night's going to be occurring tomorrow night. The girls will be here on the pitch. They'll be taking on Bethany Christian in their last regular season game of the year. So sectional draws took place on Sunday for both boys and girls, and the boys sectional will be here, as the regional will be, and the semi-state. So another shot for the boys to have a home route all the way to the state if they can make it through. But they're going to start off on Tuesday I believe, Tuesday. And they'll be playing North Miami. Now, they did play North Miami earlier, and North Miami won 3-2, but that was actually against the Dragons JV team. So should be in pretty good shape there when we put the varsity boys up against the North Miami team, and they're going to be coming here to beautiful Eugene Snyder Field. So I'm going to just leave it go here for a few, I think. We'll run through some ads, and Andy should be heading up here anytime. I think he's on his way back, and got about 12 minutes to go. So we'll run through a couple ads here, pay some bills, and make all the sponsors happy, and come back here with more pregame coverage from Eugene Snyder Field in just a few moments.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repairs, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn the basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp. RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherds prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherds and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherds Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
Talk about the next 5 minutes after you score. Stone's taking a chance. The keeper's out. Look at this. Stone scores it from midfield.
Quick pitch to Deshaun Heckman, definitely being a major runner for the Vikings, and he's just going to show that speed. He's got one man to beat, and that'll be a great touchdown for the Viking.
For South Adams. And that is the game point. Serve goes out of bounds for Neal.
Heading into the second, most definitely. Eli for 3. He gets it.
Hand off to KCO. KCO gets in. It is touchdown.
Up with it. She's going to try a 3, and she'll get that.
They came in and stole the zebra out of the glass case and replaced it with a tiger. And a bunch of like bones and some blood in there to kind of make it like
Better run through on the ball. Yes. And there's a goal, and she wasn't ready. And Dunlap's smart and takes time and takes it quick.
Good defense by Dunlap.
Morgan tipped it. Courtney steals it. She's got a 1v1. She goes after it, puts it up, and it's good.
Elbow, now to Ruff. Ruff against the 2-3 zone to Malco. 3 left baseline for the Lady Zebras is good, and Rochester up 23-21.
Owen sets for the 2-2 pitch, and that's a fly ball into center field, going back.
The ball gets it up and over to Rowe. Rowe just puts it in for an easy 2.
So E6, you said was accurate, Steve. If
All right, welcome back here to Eugene Snyder Field. We got about 3.5 minutes here before the kickoff of the game between the Argus Dragons and the CMA Eagles. And I guess we're going to be joined here by a couple special guests. Andy's still out. He has not made it back yet from his bus driving duties this evening. So We're going to do a couple of little pregame interviews here, and we're going to start off with McKenna Stricker. She apparently wants to speak a little bit, and I guess we'll start off with how's it been going? You've been running cross country with the junior high girls, so how's that going this year? You got to talk. You wanted to do this. You got to actually speak.
Good. They're fast, but I've been trying to keep up. It's pretty good. Breathing's hard, but it's good.
Yeah, you've been running very well. Been finishing in the first or second spot for the Argus girls, so not too bad for a fifth grader running junior high cross country. And you got a basketball season coming up here, and getting excited for the basketball this year.
Yeah, and I'm ready to get back.
Ready to get back on the hardwood. So we're going to be starting our coverage here before too long. The varsity team is going to be getting going here. Their practices start on the 16th of October. So Macy, your older sister, is a senior this year, and they're going to be going through a little bit of a transition this year. What do you think they're going to be able to do?
I'm really not sure. They don't have a set team yet, so not sure at all.
A lot of girls going to have to grow up in a hurry in order to have a productive year for the Lady Dragons this year. Anytime you graduate 6 seniors, that's going to be a challenge for Coach Teal. So he's got a pretty good base, though. He's got Macy, who's got a lot of experience, and then he's got Morgan Dunlap, who was a well-seasoned player from last year too. So I think they'll be all right. What do you think the boys team's going to do?
I don't really know who they have.
You don't know who they have. You are just the correspondent of correspondence here when it comes to Argus sports. How do you think your team's going to do this year in basketball?
Not really sure. We only have 2 returning players, so we're going to do good.
Yeah, but you've got probably the best coach in the system for your team, so you should be in good shape. Coaching will pull you through, correct?
Okay. You can say that.
Yeah, I will say that because I'm the coach. So.
Are you?
Yeah. All right, so the teams are making their way out onto the pitch, and we appreciate the commentary from the younger McKenna Stricker. I guess she's the only McKenna Stricker, but the younger Stricker child. And right now she's going to have to turn her mic down and set it down there, if you would, by Mr. Scott Olds, so we can get the starting lineups, please. So we're going to turn the PA system over to the PA announcer. That's Mr. Scott Olds, and he's going to do the national anthem, and then we're going to get our starting lineups, and we're going to get underway here from beautiful Eugene Snyder Field.
Please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps and direct your attention to the flag on the south side of the field as we honor America with our national anthem. And for your starting lineup for the Eagles, junior defender number 2, Savio Luchis. Junior midfielder number 3, Eric Ellison. Senior midfielder number 9, Jose Moreno. Senior midfielder number 10, Daniel Primero. Sophomore defender number 11, Gavin Tates. Sophomore midfielder number 16, Benjamin Brummel. Senior midfielder number 18, Thomas Green. Senior defender number 19, Roy Server. And for your Argus Dragons, sophomore defender number 3, Sam Manikowski. Senior forward number 1, Blake Thomas. Junior midfielder number 4, Coleman Norris. Senior forward number 6, Bryce Jackson. Junior midfielder number 9, Lucas Vanderwill. Sophomore defender number 10, Owen Nifong. Senior midfielder number 13, Jacob Olds. Junior defender number 14, Ian Kindig. Senior midfielder number 15, Zen Perman. Senior forward number 17, Jesper Esser. Senior in the keeper position number 98, Brody Bennett. Problem is flipping the page. The Eagles are led by head coach Kevin Green and assistants Peter Trow and Nathan Phillips. The Dragons are led by head coach Todd Vanderwill and assistants Elmer Roque, Joe Kindon, and Jason Osborne. Today's officials are assistants Ashley Belden and Jerry Chisholm. In the center is Josh Overmeyer.
All right. Thanks to Scott Olds there for the introductions. And we're going to get set to go here with action here shortly between the CMA Eagles. All right. So the foot still bothering you a little bit there?
No, I had an appointment today and everything went well. So
everything went well, so you're all good to go. Mm-hmm. And how many games into the season are you guys down there?
8. We are 6-2 right now.
6-2.
Yeah.
Conference started yet, or are you still?
Yeah, we are 4-0 in the conference, I think.
4-0 in the conference. Okay, that's a great start. Your conference includes, I know, Southern Indiana. Well, it used to be St. Joe.
Yeah,
no
used
St.
to.
Joe anymore. Just trying to think. You've got Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
You've got.
We got Northern Michigan, I think. Maybe not. But
you've got, is that McKendree? Is that in there?
Yeah.
McKendree, and then you've got Missouri St. Louis,
mm-hmm.
I believe. I was trying to think the other ones. Is the Purdue Northwest is not. They're in the
we
ice.
have Rutgers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So where all have you guys been so far? How's the travel part of that worked out for you?
We've been to Missouri. I know that was our longest trip. It was 8 hours, I think. So,
mm-hmm.
That was rough, but we travel on those nice charter buses, so that's good. Yeah.
A little different than high school,
Yeah,
right?
a lot different, yeah.
But you're gone for. How does that work? You go the night before and
yeah,
then
we usually leave if we have a game Friday. We usually leave Thursday the night before, stay the night, and prepare for it Friday.
Yeah.
And then usually we have a game on Sunday as well, so we head to our next hotel Saturday and then stay the night and then.
So they'll try and schedule you with 2 games pretty close to together there and move on the road. So things been going well. Obviously, the record is going well. And how many more games do they have? How many games you guys do all together?
I think it's around 15 games, and then if we do well in our conference, if we win that, then we go on to the NCAA tournament.
NCAA tournament,
yeah.
Okay. And then, so do they have a conference tournament, or do they just go by records?
I think it's a conference tournament, and then if we win that, then we move on.
Move on,
yeah.
The NCAA tournament. So playing at the Division II level, which is very, very high quality. It's funny. Everybody talks about, football, and they talk about FBS and FCS, and it's all D1 and D1. And if you haven't gone and watched different levels of this, and I've been to a lot of NAIA games, with my daughter in, recruiting stuff, and I've been to Lewis for D2 with her, and I've been to, a lot of different levels of this, and there is some really quality play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Especially at D2. D2 is a very high-quality play. Has that been a huge adjustment for you?
Yeah, it has. The best team we've played so far was in the preseason against Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah.
And their whole team was pretty much made up of foreign kids. I think there's 1 or 2 kids just from the U.S. The rest are from Europe and stuff like that. And they're like second in the nation for D2 in the preseason.
Wow.
And we ended up beating them 3-2 though. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. I guess one advantage you have is, very, very fast, obviously, and, speed does translate. It's probably just a matter of adjusting to the fact that everybody else is probably
really
as fast
good,
as you versus, you're probably used to being able to make plays around people. And, But, I was always amazed watching you play. You could move that fast with the ball, and, it always floored me. I just never could get over, just how well you can move with the ball. And if you looked at your upper body, you'd just be going full speed, and you wouldn't even realize that you had the ball, and it's pretty neat to watch. So I've never really been that into soccer, obviously not as much as your uncle and your dad, but it's fun. It's fun to watch when it's well-played soccer. I tell you, I don't like watching that stuff on TV.
No,
I'm sorry, I don't. It's just,
okay, yeah.
It's like NBA basketball. I don't care for that because it's just a bunch of whiny crybabies to me. And I'm not saying that everybody playing, Premier League soccer is whiny crybabies, but
no, they are.
There's a few of them. So I'm starting to not like watching NFL football the way it's going. So I don't know what I'm going to be watching. I guess I'll have to get into Survivor. I saw the new season was starting up. Yeah, your dad says underwater basket weaving. So I had a math teacher in high school that said, there's a lot of people that, they need ditch diggers and basket weavers. So if you don't want to pay attention in math class, you can always get that kind of a profession. So
yeah, nobody likes math anyways.
We had Kennedy up here the other night. She was back, and Andy was off with his Ancilla Chargers, and I was kind of drowning at the end of a 4-game set.
Oh, yeah.
We had a game Thursday, we had a game Friday, and we had 2 games on Saturday.
Wow.
And it was a little toasty up here. And I saw her, and I yelled at her. I was like, hey, come up here. And so I got her up here, and she's doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's, I think, not liking the nursing part of the aspect of the school part of it. But, that's going to be tough.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
What's your major?
Sports management.
Sports management. So that's working out for you all.
Yeah, all the classes are real easy so far. So.
Real easy. Yeah. So how does the managing the road trips and the classes and all that stuff, that working out pretty good for you too?
At the start, because we traveled like our first 4 games, and I missed a bunch of class.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of got behind on that, but like now I'm all caught up and everything. Missed some like participation points and attendance points, but
yeah, I'm sure they're used to it. I mean, they'll work with you as much as they can.
You just have to go in there and talk to them. Yeah, they'll understand.
Yeah. So, well, the boys have. I don't know. Have you caught a game yet?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I figured. I really like what Coach Vanderwill's been able to do. Of course, 11 of you guys graduated last year, so that left some pretty big shoes to fill. But Coach Vanderwill has really brought these boys along. They've got some really good players. Of course, your younger brother's a freshman. The freshman class is impressive. He hasn't played them a ton. He hasn't had to. But technically soccer sound. I mean, they do a lot of really – they're not huge.
Yeah.
They're really small. But, man, they can do some good things. Of course, the Markley boys – Colton has done a tremendous job, in the goal all year long. And Cameron's been out on the field and done well. And, it's neat to watch because, like I said, I really wasn't that into soccer until, last year, really, with, starting to broadcast games. And the difference between the way you guys were at the end of last year and then watching them where they were at the start of this year and watching them progress this season has been fun because they're really come along well. Owen Nifong has completely taken on a different role as a mid defender.
Yeah.
Last year he was scoring goals, and Coach Vanderwill put him in a different spot. He's kind of that leader from the back for him, and man, he has just really blossomed.
I think it all started for this spring when we played in travel. That's where Owen was playing, and Moach went to the games and saw how well he did. So I think that's what influenced him playing in the back there. So
okay, he's done well. Of course, Vanderwill, he's one of the most seasoned players. Being a junior, he's done a great job. He's team captain for him this year. People like Will Mills have come in and done well. J.J. Riddle, of course, Sam Manikowski. We saw, towards the middle to end of last year, we kind of saw he was really picking it up, as a freshman last year. So he's done a great job this year, and it's been fun to watch. As little as I know about soccer, it's pretty simple, really. I mean, it's just like basketball, except you got nets, that are square, and you got grass, But the whole concepts of spacing and passing and all that are kind of the same. So it's been fun to watch. And, of course, Chino, he's still getting his offsides calls every now and then, but he's had a really good season too. So it's been fun to watch. So we're about 10 minutes into this one already. I don't think I've called the first thing about the soccer game, but Alex is doing a good job there. No score on the board yet. Oldest rivalry in the state for soccer between the Culver Academies and the Argus Dragons started back in 1963. A few years before either one of us was around.
Just a few, yeah.
Probably your dad was probably in diapers about then, pretty close, but. Yeah, it's pretty neat to see, the two teams that started it all, still going at it on a yearly basis. It's pretty neat. So this is a free kick here over on the far side, and this is a good spot. And CMA is able to clear it out pretty easily. Haven't really paid much attention to what's going on. I just know no score on the board. So senior night's always, a little bit of a challenge when you've got some seniors that, maybe haven't been as, effective or, on the field quite as much maybe. Last year, your senior group, they were pretty involved, playing most of the time, but you always want to try and start your seniors on senior night if you can, and Coach Vanderwill did that here tonight. And Olds, boy, that was kind of scary there. It looked like he was going to get one right to the face, but he was able to move out of the way. Jesper's been a really good player, number 17. He's from Germany, an exchange student. Jesper Esser. I just love saying his name, Jesper. But he's a big, strong boy, and he can play some soccer. And he's been fun to watch this year. He's played the front line, and him and Chino have made a great combo. You would think they've been playing together for years, the way they play, kind of feeding off of each other. So he's been fun to watch,
So how many foreign exchange students do they have?
Oh, my gosh. 6, yeah, they said.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. Unfortunately for me, being in the girls' basketball program, all the foreign exchange students are boys.
Yeah.
It's like, can't we get a 6'2" girl that likes to play basketball? But that's just not the way it works, and you don't really get to pick, what they do and everything like that. But it's still great to see everybody in the community opening up their arms, in their houses, and it's a big commitment taking on an exchange student. I got some good friends that their kids go to Culver, the Siebers, and they have an exchange student. They've had one every year for the last 4 or 5 years. Wow. And actually they're kind of working with the coordinating group that helps bring exchange students over and stuff. And by the end of the year, when they get ready to leave, I tell you what, it's kind of a cry fest with them. I mean, they've basically adopted that kid, and it's neat because, later on you can go over and do a tour of Europe if you want, and visit all of your former foreign exchange students that you had, and maybe get some free housing out of the deal while you're doing it. So. So this is the point of the match where Andy usually talks for about a half an hour, and I just kind of sit here and make sure the computer's running right. So I'm trying to think of different things to fill in here. So if you think of anything, that's off the top of your head that you just want to throw out there, go ahead. UIndy has a actual football team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we actually went over to St. Joe for a college visit last year. Of course, this was all before we knew they weren't going to be St. Joe anymore.
Yeah.
But they were playing, I think they were playing the University of Indy that day in football, so it was kind of a neat atmosphere. These little college campuses, when they have football football, and they have football games, it's just neat because you get the whole tailgating atmosphere, and people come back, from 10, 15 years ago. Is that kind of the atmosphere that the soccer games bring in too a little bit, or?
Not really. I mean, we don't fill up the stands as football does. Football packs the stands. Everybody goes and watches that, but we still have quite a few people to come watch us play.
Yeah. Does the being in Indy, I know they've got the Indy 11. I know UIndy has I don't think their team's the greatest, but they've got a pretty rich tradition in soccer. Does that whole Indy area kind of do you feel like they've Do you feel like Indianapolis is a soccer-friendly town?
Yeah, I'd say so because you got IUPUI like 15 minutes from UND, and then those two are always rivals. We lost to them in the preseason, 2-1.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we played on like the Indy 11 field. Well, that's IUPUI's field. So
IUPUI, okay.
Yeah.
They use that field.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was talk of a separate facility for the Indy 11. I think up at Grant Park, but I haven't really heard, if that's going to go or not. But field-wise, you guys playing on grass or turf?
Turf.
Yeah. And how do you react to that versus the grass? You miss the grass?
At first, I liked it. The ball moved a lot faster, but now I think I'd prefer the grass.
Really?
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like Eugene Snyder Field,
exactly,
is there?
right.
I mean, you don't think the little Argus, Indiana would have, they call it the perfect pitch, and I mean it's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Of course we don't have American style football, so we don't have another field like that to maintain. So, but I really noticed it when we went up to because we don't do a lot of road soccer, and I just don't travel a lot with them because Macy's not playing, and so I just don't travel with them. But we did go up to Plymouth and did the Plymouth girls game, and I was just floored at the condition of the field. It's like bare spots and dead spots, and I guess I'm just so used to looking out here and seeing the lush green grass, and when you go somewhere else and realize that they've got other fields that they have to maintain. And there's a kick into the goal. That's probably not where he was aiming at. The whole academy team was off to the right there of where he shot that. Probably the closest to any kind of shot that anybody's had so far, and that one's about 5 feet off to the right of the box, not even on frame. So both teams just really, I don't know, they're trying to figure each other out, find out what the weaknesses are of the other team. But the young Dragon team doing well. It's almost halfway through the first half here, and they've been able to contain the Eagles. Probably not the strongest team that the Eagles have had through the years, but they're still doing very well. Undefeated in conference. They're sitting at 4-0.
Wow.
If they win here tonight, then they would be the outright champions of the conference. But 8-4-1 overall, it's not. We've been playing them. I don't know. You probably have more experience with them. That I'm sure there's been times where they've had 1 or 2 losses when you played them, right?
Yeah. 2 years ago when we played them on senior night, they beat us 5-0, so that wasn't a good experience.
Yeah. Never is. I know my daughter's senior night for softball was pretty brutal against Morgan Township. That was painful because you want them to do well, and you want to win, of course, but you want to at least compete. And when you go out 5-0 or something like that, it makes it tough.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking some time. I mean, I'm not trying to kick you out or anything, but I know you haven't been home much. If you want to go visit with your friends and all that stuff, and I don't want to, hey, I had to set up here in the booth the whole soccer game or anything like that. So, but I do appreciate you taking some time here and chatting with us. It's always good, like I said, when Kennedy came up to talk to the alumni. That's probably still sounds a little weird to you, doesn't it? Argus alumni, alumnus. So, congratulations, with everything that you've done so far, and best of luck to you in the rest of the season. And still trying to, hopefully our schedule opens up. I'd love to get down, and I told Kennedy I'd love to get over and see one of hers. I'd love to see one of your games. I'd love to get up and see the Barlows playing, at Holy Cross. The kids keep us crazy, but McKenna's finished up with cross country next week, so we'll get that on the list. We're going to get down there and see you. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. And best of luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Vinny Stone, appreciate him coming in and taking a few minutes with us, and I'm going to let him go down and mingle with the crowd and chit-chat. So we'll get to the game here. The halfway through the first half of action here, no score on the board. The Eagles and the Dragons are playing to a draw so far. And I thought maybe Andy would have made his way back to the school by now, but haven't seen him. So we'll just keep flying solo here as long as we need to. And there's a little bit of a break for the Eagles, but Markley's able to come out, and he gets on there. Sam Manikowski looks like he might have tweaked his ankle just a little bit, but he's up and at it. So good play there by the defense. Good job by Manikowski. Good communication between him and the freshman keeper, Markley. So maintains the 0-0 score here. So we've got a bright sun right in our eyes here, making it a little difficult to see the guys. It'll be setting over the trees there in the Argus Park here shortly. Beautiful day here. It's the oppressive heat that we had towards the end of last week. And there's Gabe Stone, the younger brother of Vinny that we talked about, and throwing all his weight that he has around at the CMA player, but he's a little slight of build so far. Hopefully he'll grow into his size that his brother and his dad have, but of course he's just a freshman out there. He's a very, very talented soccer player, and so the Eagles have the ball, moving it across the midfield stripe, and another good play there. Mankowski pokes it out of bounds, lets the defense reset for the Dragons. Pumero throws it in for the Eagles. Manikowski, and didn't mean to do that. The ball goes off of Sam, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Eagles. So opportunity here for the Eagles to execute a corner. And the left-footed shot by the Eagles. Bicycle kick was attempted there and comes up short. Had everybody else in here. Macy, you want to join us for a bit? Your sister even helped out for a bit.
I just need to turn it.
Okay. You turn in, dear. Yeah.
Freezing up, man. What's going on with that? Is he in? All right. Timmy Allmeyer is back into the game. He has been out ankle. I think he had a knee, sore knee. So he's missed several games here. So good to see Timmy back out on the pitch. He's such a fast player for the Dragons. He, not saying he makes mistakes, but he's a good eraser of mistakes, and we've seen that a lot last year. And good to see him back out on the pitch. Hopefully he's 100% ready to go, because they're going to need him come sectional time here next week. So good to see Tim back. It's always good if you can get healthy around the tournament time and have everybody playing and ready to go. So that's definitely good news for the Dragons. Just looking through the roster here of the Eagles, and very upper class dominated, lots of juniors and seniors. Number 16, Brummel, is a sophomore, and number 11, Gavin Tates, is a sophomore. But other than that, all the starting 11 for the Eagles were either juniors or seniors. So Markley's going to come back in. Olds is going to come back in. And Osborne is going to take a break on the bench. And Coach Vanderweel has kind of been feathering Osborne in, getting him more playing time as the games go. He's had a really sore knee. Been playing a little bit more as the games progress, so he's going to be one that will be a huge help to him on the offensive end if he's 100%. So the Eagles work it here on the near side. A good pass up to Wakeland, and he's working on Manikowski, and Manikowski is able to clear it out. And Stone gets it over to Markley. They're trying to find Chino, but he slips, and the ball is picked off by Tates. Good little slip there from Manikowski over to Will Mills, and he gets knocked down from the ground. They're going to call the foul on the Eagles. Good call there by the center official, Josh Overmeyer. And it's going to go out of bounds off of the Dragons, so it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. So we're under 13 minutes of play time left here in the first half of action from Eugene Snyder Field. The Eagles and the Dragons are still scoreless. And a goal kick here for the Eagles. And Olds is able to get it up to Mills, and nobody home there for the pass. And it's going to be handled by the keeper for the Eagles, a junior Alex Farmer. Tried to get it through on a slip pass. Kindig's able to pick it off. And there's going to be a foul. It's going to be on Chino. So the Eagles on the attack. Slip pass picked off by Manikowski. Good job there by Sam. Defense is holding tough there. A nice left footer from Stone. Gets it up. Chino gets it around. Chino's got it. Opportunity, but not able to get anything on it, and it goes right to the keeper, and Chino not feeling it here. He's been battling ankles all season long, and looks like he's maybe tweaked that left one a little bit again. They're going to try and go over the top, but they're not going to pass it. They're not going to get past Allmeyer, and he gets knocked down by the Eagles. And it's going to be a foul, so the free kick coming up here for Argus. So the sun has made its way down below the trees on the horizon. I can actually see the players on the pitch. Beautiful evening here again from Argus, Indiana. This setting with the backdrop with the park across the way and the sunset and everything is just not a better way I could think of to spend a fall evening here out on the pitch at Eugene Snyder Field. Now when it starts snowing, I want to move in and get on the hardwood, be calling basketball games. But as far as fall evening goes, I really picked up on this soccer thing and have really been enjoying it here. So the Eagles' offensive is stopped by Kindig. And Mills picks off another pass, and then Markley's a little too short to get his head onto that one. Dragons are reset, though, on the defensive end. Allmeyer gets knocked over once again, so it's going to be another foul on the Eagles. Free kick here for the Dragons. Nifong's going to take it. Nice shot there by Nifong, but nothing going there. The Eagles able to head it out of the box. And Vanderweel got a good foot on it, but it was deflected over, and the keeper gets it. That one's going to go on Allmeyer. Timmy Allmeyer, and I'm trying to get the number there, I think. Looks like 19 server senior for the Eagles is the one that's going up against Almeyer there on a regular basis. They're battling it out. Big collision there on the far side, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Dragons.
Number 16, J.J. Riddle, and number 4, Coleman Norris.
Coleman Norris comes in for the Dragons, as does J.J. Riddle, and Will Mills is going to take a break. A little one touch there by Chino. Can't get it over to Olds. All right, so the Dragons have earned a corner kick there. The ball went off of CMA down the end line. Oh, Markley's going to take that one. Cameron Markley, that is. And the shot in, 2 headers by CMA, and it goes back out. But Kindig tries to get it back in. And Nifong is going to send it out past the end line. So it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Nice little pass there from to Almeyer to Markley over to Olds. But as is the case with soccer, all of a sudden it's going the other way, and there's a nice run, and Manikowski swings and misses, but fortunately he's able to get back on it. A little header by Vanderwill, header by the Academy, another slip by the Academy, and Kindig clears it out. And it's going to go out off of Tate's, and it's going to be throw in for the Dragons. Foul on the Eagles. So free kick on the far side. Nice kick into the box, and a slip, and it's in.
Yes, assisted by Vanderwill and the guy at Nifong, double assist.
Vanderwill and Nifong, they're saying, are going to be double assisted into a little slip kick by Chino. Puts the Dragons on the board with 5:04 left to go in the first half. That was a beautiful play there. I looked like it was trouble. Nifong had a shot at it, and he ends up slipping it over, and a beautiful touch by Chino, and gets the goal for the Dragons, puts them on the board, and they're up 1-0 with under 5 minutes left here in the first half. That is the one aspect of soccer, much like hockey, where you can actually get a double assist. You don't see that in basketball. They don't give the passer to the passer the assist, but I think hockey you can get a double assist as well as soccer. So not something that you see a lot, but you do see it occasionally, and the Dragons get on the board here with about 5 minutes left to go in the first half, and it's always good to be playing with the 1-0 lead versus playing with the 0-1 deficit for sure. So we'll see how the Eagles react here after the Dragons were able to get on the board. Here's a nice play by Vanderwill. He's got Chino on the left. And Chino, yep, he was a little too anxious there and gets pulled off sides. So nice little breakaway play there, but Chino just a little bit too anxious. And back the other way we go here with the Eagles. Nice job there by Riddle to pick that pass off and goes out of bounds. Manikowski with a good run. Good change of fields there by Terhune. And the Eagles are on the move. And the defense holds up so far for the Dragons there with the did see some jersey moving there with looked like maybe Timmy had a little bit of jersey, but no call there. So fortunate for the Dragons because I think they might have been in the box, but they let it go, and it's going to be a goal kick now for the Dragons. Big boot off of the ground there by Nifong. The Dragons are going to get called. Well, we're under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half, and the Dragons are up 1-0 over the Eagles from CMA. So see if the Dragons can make it clean here the rest of the half. Nice little slip. Drop header there by Manikowski. Don't know if that's a term, but it is for tonight. Yeah, big play there by Markley to come out and get a hold of that ball. Could have been trouble, but good job by the freshman. Foul on the Eagles. Big boot, and the header goes off of the back of Chino. Well, he went like this. What does that mean?
I think he was saying the guy grabbed him. But I was hooked him. It's not a referee call. He was just talking to the kid. I assume it's definitely not a normal referee signal.
Not a standard call.
He was demonstrating that when he came in.
So the Dragons back on the attack here. Chino tries to slip it over, and it's going to go into the keeper. Cleared out by the Eagles. And Timmy kind of misplayed that.
9, 8, 7, 6.
There's a good play by Manikowski. He's going to take it out, and that probably will do it for the first half. So the Dragons get on the board with 5:04 left to go in the first half, and they hold serve with no score for the Eagles to finish the half out. So your halftime score here from Eugene Snyder Field is Argus 1, CMA 0, off of a Chino Roque goal, assisted by Vanderwill and Nifong, with 5:04 left to go in the first half. So we're going to take a break here, get second half action shortly. But good first half of action here from Eugene Snyder Field. So we'll take a break and be right back and get your second half action underway here shortly.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn the basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp. RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
All right, welcome back here. We're getting set for second half action, and good to be joined here by the voice of the Dragons, Mr. Andy Stone. And you had some pretty good action going on up at Bethany, you said?
Yeah, Bethany Christian. The boys took on their undefeated in the conference Bethany boys, and were down 1-0 and battled back and got 2 goals within a minute's time with 5 minutes left in the game, and held it out with some quality time management and pulled off the big win. They were definitely the heavy favorites to win the whole thing, and boy, Dragons went up there and give them the old smack and played super well, worked really hard.
So that was the
boys
junior high?
Yep, and then the
Junior high
girls
boys?
played here in Argus versus Bethany.
Okay.
And they took a 4-0 win.
Did they?
And the Lady Dragons on the junior high side have only lost 1 game all season. That was to Northridge, and they're playing phenomenal. We've had a good group of core girls come through the system, and it really shows in the junior high ranks. And Coach Joe Stone there in the varsity is excited about what he has coming up.
Well, yeah, that 8th grade class of girls is
Some
phenomenal
quality, yep.
athletes. They're doing good things on the hardwood as well. I think they only lost 1 game last year for Coach Calhoun. So, great group of girls in soccer and basketball.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of excitement, and you know what? There's 3 or 4 of them that run cross country. Carly Miller and stuff. So she's a 3-sport athlete in the junior high ranks, and she does very well with everything she tries. And she even does travel softball in the boot with.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she does everything she can. So.
Well, she's a phenomenal catcher for the
softball group.
I know Coach Thayer is licking her chops, waiting for her to get into high school.
You betcha.
Because she's been playing up several grade levels as far as summer ball for a long time. And, Lizzie Edmonds is she does 2 sports.
player.
She runs cross country as well, and she's usually
she's a 3-sport. She basketball, cross country, and soccer at the same time for the 2. So she does very well.
Yeah, she's the top runner for the junior high consistently. So
right behind your daughter.
she's been beating her actually.
Yeah.
McKenna did get her that first meet, but ever since then it's been all Lizzie. She's
all
usually,
Lizzie. Well, she's got the legs for it. So.
Well, yeah.
Especially compared to your daughter. So.
Well, yeah, it was funny. That first meet, there was a picture with them 2 together, and the contrast is
slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lizzie Edmonds next to your daughter is a little different. Even
Lizzie's legs are as tall as McKenna.
McKenna. Oh, it's a long ball forward and knocked him in the air.
And did you notice who's back?
Yeah, my main man, Timmy.
Timmy back on the pitch, and he's been playing tough. And
went down too easy there. He's trying to fish for the call, and ball's knocked way out.
So, it's been a great first half of action. We got a nice extended interview with Vinny. He came up and said hi.
Oh, is Vinny in town?
Yeah,
there
here.
he is. I see the hair.
Yeah, I can't miss the hair.
I didn't know he was coming back up for this tonight, but that's nice to see. I'll have to go chat with him.
Got a good long chat with him, and how things are going. It seems like things are going really well for him down at UND, and
he'll probably be the first to admit that it's a different level of play.
Yeah, definitely.
So Kennedy said the same thing, and I think it is small adjustment. You're big fish in a small pond, and you go up to college and you're a small fish in a big pond. So.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, and I said that with Vinny, he's still, super fast. I mean, you can't change that, but the difference is everybody else is as fast as he is now.
They're all pretty fast. And that makes a difference,
there's 22 Vinnies on the pitch instead of, just 1, and but it seems like things are going well for him. He said his classes are going well, and he had a good report on his foot today. Everything's good to go on that. So.
Probably did a checkup on it.
Yeah, so.
Well, it looks like the Dragons are just kind of packing in at the moment and trying anything they can. And there's the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Well, they've been even though they have the 1-0 lead, they've been kind of on the defensive a lot in the first half even too. But haven't had any real, there's been a few shots by the Academy, but I wouldn't call any of them really shots on goal, on frame.
Yeah.
So they've been doing well. Of course, Manikowski's playing well back there.
Well, I talked to Coach Green there for CMA there up at the Plymouth versus CMA, and he said he's been having some issues with finishing and the team there and so on and so forth. So for your fact you saying that doesn't surprise me a whole lot, but they're very quality and skilled, so, you got to let it play out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not over. 34 minutes left to go, and 1-0 lead is not, any kind of guarantee at all, but I'd rather have a 1-0 lead than a 1-0 deficit for sure.
Chino needs to watch his line, make sure he keeps himself onside.
Chino doesn't go offside.
Ball's played back and forward, up in the air, and a quality ball. If he can make the settle and it's a little bit too far from him, and Olds kicks it out. Nice hit up. That's Cameron Markley, isn't it? Freshman over on the right outer mid.
20.
Or left outer mid, yes.
Yep. He played quite a bit in the first half.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I think this and Saturday is the last two games, and then halves are no longer an issue.
Right.
Bethany was playing Northwood up there when we left, but it hadn't got to the varsity, so I couldn't give any type of scouting report to Coach Vanderwilt.
Well, it's we kind of went over the scenario. It's still possible here for the Dragons to pull out the conference.
Yeah. We got man down, and it's in off of Markley, and it's a long kick, not really a shot, a cross in, and nobody gets to it, and it just kind of gets through. And it's a good hit, and we got a man down over in the corner, and I think it's Cameron Markley or it is Sam Manikowski. Nope, Sam Manikowski's right there. Will Mills, maybe?
Looks a little taller. So Palmero is able to even things up here at 33-25.
And CMA gets back to their positions and then instantly takes a knee and waits for the injured player to come off the pitch. It's a good ball in.
You see who that was.
And as the old saying goes, I would rather take a lucky strike than a beautiful shot that doesn't go in. All right, ball's played back.
Did you see who the injured Dragon was?
It was Will Mills.
Will
Okay,
Mills.
We got confirmation.
Randy gave us the report from the camera
He
booth.
walked off under his own power, but he's not feeling too well. And there's a good ball forward, and A.J. Farmer is going to come out and pick it up. I did not. Oh, J.J. Riddle, by the looks of the tall, skinny kid over there.
The Dragons, number 16, J.J. Riddle.
And that's a good head ball through, and no shot on frame, off to wide to the right.
So evened up here again with 32-43 left to go. And this is a conference game, so we will
Dragons, I think they got to win this one and tie the next at least. Bare minimums or win them both. Not real sure how it works. Got to win both.
Because the Academy undefeated in the conference, so if
there
they
you
win.
go. Yeah, they got to win both.
If the Academy wins tonight, they're it. They're
done.
done.
Yes, it's over. But if Dragons win and Dragons beat Bethany on Saturday,
they're it.
They're it.
Yep.
And the pressure's on a little bit. Ball's played forward. And that's about the third time I've seen since I've been up here. He's done that little bicycle kick. Header forward, and Vanderbilt has it. Vanderbilt loses it. Good pressure from 11.
Gavin Tates, he's a sophomore and very active little player for the Eagles.
Drops it. Here's ball in the middle. Broke up. Played forward. And Almeyer's going to run around and get it. Miscommunication on CMA's side.
Well,
and there's a ball way too far up, and Farmer's going to pick it up with ease.
Pomero was more worried about trying to get the handball call than to play the ball, and Overmeyer was having nothing to do with it as far as calling that play.
Nifong powers through and gets the header. Ball's knocked forward. Now everybody's in a little bit of speed mode trying to just get the ball away, and CMA throws it in. Almeyer chips it back. Throw in, CMA. Momentum seems to have shifted just a bit.
A little bit of a pep in their step, the Eagles, and they're definitely looking on the attack. Big throw.
Yeah, he has a big throw. They got 2 players with really big throws. I remember that from playing against, watching them against Plymouth.
Henry Zahner there, a senior. That was a huge throw in.
And that's a great hit from Markley, settled by Jesper. Knocked out.
Stupid question.
What?
You can't throw it in the goal.
Not without it touching another player.
Okay.
It's got to be off of somebody else, either team.
So it's got to be an indirect.
Oh, looky here. Gino can't get there. And he does get there. Can he chop it back in the middle? He tries, and it's broke up.
Beautiful crossing pass that
time.
time.
Here comes the player, Markley, and it gets broke up. Riddle. And there's a good release out of CMA.
Was that Jesper that had that pass to Chino?
Curl around. That was a real nice ball. And Almeyer's going to cut it off. Almeyer's going, and he's got some speed. It's broke up. And he gets megged. And it's off of Olds. And throw in for CMA. Long throw. Misplayed by Kenny Digg. And they're going to call Nifong for the foul.
Yeah.
And there's a retaliatory strike from 18. You don't retaliate. It's always the one you get caught with. He already blew the whistle. That's why Josh wanted to speak with him, the center official, doing a good job. Spoke with him and say, hey, I blew the whistle. The foul's called. Don't retaliate. Because that's the ones that everybody always notices. Great ball in. And Markley takes it out of the air.
The center official, Josh Overmeyer, is an Argus alum, but he is very, very fair official. He does a lot of college games now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he officiates quite a bit of games all over the place. He travels a lot. He even goes to Indy and up into Michigan at times. So it's a good way to make extra money. No, that's fine. And he does well with it, so. Ball, long throw in, blocked out. Here's a shot blocked by the Dragons. Here's a hit, and a shot on goal and picked up by Markley.
Well played there by Markley.
That's a big hit by Markley, and unfortunately, the Dragons are not there, and they're getting it covered up. Jesper gets it taken away.
I didn't know Cameron had that kind of a leg.
Colton. Yeah, he does. He strikes it well. Now they tried to play it quick, and it backfired for CMA. Yep, just kicking forward to open space where no one is except for CMA, and that's going to be a hard lesson for the Dragons. They're going to have to play to feet. Ball's in, and it's way over the goal.
No, I don't think so.
No, it was.
Otherwise, it'd be a goal kick. Oh, yeah.
All right. Goal kick, Nifong. Hits it out. Nifong's got a foot on him. He's got lots of wheels. And Coach Vanderwell, last year he was primarily up more than anything, but he's so valuable in the back this season. He's been back there, so there's a sub.
All right, so Norris is going to check in for Esser.
Norris gets the ball. Oh. He was wanting to drill it out with his left, and he hit it with his right with just off the end, and it went out of bounds. There's a great play out of Markley. He tries to cover it, and he goes down. And it's played out of bounds. Good pressure caused the CMA to play it out. And Almeyer throws it in, unfortunately, straight to CMA. And the long ball is played. He was trying
to get Norris, and he had his back to him, never even saw it.
Ball's played forward, and that's played way up, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Dragons. Substitution for CMA. And there's the whistle to bring him in.
In for CMA, number 7, William Wakeland.
Wakeland, a senior, checks back in for the Eagles.
Good ball played forward. So the Dragons have to have a win by sounds of it for the conference. So at what point do you risk and go to either a smaller back or less numbers and pressure forward, or you just keep playing and hope you can get one in? 24 minutes is a lot of time left.
Well, I think being a conference game, they'll have extra time, if they are
if it's tied.
Yeah, so I don't know you want to take too many chances, because if you do slip up and you lose that goal, then it's over.
Yeah.
Good play there by the CMA coach on the far side.
Ball headed in, and there's nobody up top for the Dragons.
A lot of maroon right there, not a whole lot of white.
Yeah, just Chino was towards the middle, but he didn't make it over towards the ball. But there was only 4 maroon there, 4 from CMA.
Well, that's a lot compared to
you
one.
Betcha, you
one
betcha.
Dragon.
Ball's played forward. Hits it wide and back in the middle. Kindig breaks it up, and here's the throw in for CMA. They go quick, and it's headed back out by Manikowski.
Manikowski's had a good game. He's used his height well to his advantage here with several big heads, keeping the ball out of the middle for the Eagles.
Yep.
There's a big one by Kindig.
Kindig's got all the height you could want, but he doesn't have quite the thickness to to use it sometimes to his advantage.
Doesn't have quite the thickness of a praying mantis. Is that what you're saying?
His dad, him and I were joking the one day when I said, I think he just needs to hit the weight room. And that's a good ball forward. And great hustle, Nifong, and right back in. And
probably not where he was aiming
well,
at.
I think he was just trying to get it up the field. And there's a ball forward, and it's broke up again. And the Dragons are just kind of kicking it around without intent at the moment. Ball's played forward.
You see that sometimes. I don't know, is that a factor maybe a little bit in their youth, or
a lot of times they just get sloppy, they get tired, and they just rush it because they don't want the ball down there no matter what.
Yeah.
A little bit of a fear factor and so on and so forth. So
there was a pretty high kick by the CGA player,
CMA
player.
It was far enough away that it wasn't endangering anyone, so he's not going to call that, which I pretty much agree. Norris working hard, making him earn it, and he's got the long throw. He doesn't mind getting a throw in.
That thing went half the field.
Forward. And that's broke up by Manikowski. It's going to be a throw in on the far side. Ball's played in. And drilled way out by Olds, and Chino has it. Substitutions.
Well,
Jesper and Will Mills.
Are you ready for tomorrow night?
Sure. I can't wait.
Can't wait, huh?
Yeah.
Gonna be out there on the pitch doing what the parents were doing here tonight. So
yeah, it's a long day coming, and you hate to see that, but everything comes to an end. But where one book closes, the next book opens, and we'll see what happens. It's
Well, I tell you what, she played a fantastic game against Warsaw.
Yeah, she did pretty well. It's just
she played.
There's a few things I'd like for her to do, but nobody's perfect, and I like to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty critical of my daughter, but she did amazing things, and I was told that if you took her off the field, could have been possibly 8 or so against us.
It was. Yeah,
there was a lot of 1v1s that she hustled back for and cleared out to keep them, so on and so forth. But yeah, the whole team was just phenomenal. I tell you what, they battled. They battled. Sometimes it's not just technical ability, and sometimes it's just plain old heart and hustle, and that's pretty much what that game is. Because Warsaw is by far way technical and better on the ball and off the ball than what we are. But sometimes the hustle just gets there, and it helps. So.
Well, it leaves you feeling good about the sectionals.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I said that on, lovely old Facebook. I said, no matter what, this game teaches you guys can play with anyone. It does not matter now. So
I just hope they don't go through those first 2 games and get a little complacent.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
I
Joe's
hope not.
probably not going to let them do that. So
yeah.
Ball's in the middle. And it's played back, and unluckily for Vanderbilt, it's just out of his reach. It's taken away by Olds, and that's a good ball forward. And he's got him, and it's a battle. He's got him again, and it's in the middle. Here comes Olds, and it's just wide. Oh, good work out of the Dragons. Coleman Norris. It started with his effort working on that.
I would have loved to see him take that shot, though. Norris should have. I think he could have took that with his left.
But his left is not his strong foot, and it was a good idea to put it back in the middle.
Yep. But that was, oh, man, the hustle and effort there by Norris was tremendous.
Yep.
Big corner right there. And
ball's played out.
Yep.
And it's chipped up, and it's going to be out of bounds by Manikowski. Well, like we said earlier, the Dragons coming off of some big games and big wins, junior high all the way up through the ranks. And right now, Dragons are putting some pressure on CMA again, and I kind of like to see that. Farmer hits it wide, and Dragons first to it. CMA gets the second ball. It's played forward. Broke up. It's played forward again, and he could be through. Oh, Markley knows it. He should have been out on that. And it touched too far, and Nifong gets the best of him. And Owen hits it forward, and that's a great ball forward. Norris. Yeah, and that's it. Good ball. Good work. That might be the key to this game is later on, if you have to, you might rotate a player or two, and maybe Nifong with his athletic ability, maybe he can just run through it. And it's in the middle. Here's a shot. And it's just off the mark. But Stone tries his right, and he's just off the mark.
Oh, what a pass, though, by
Norris heads it right across. That's just a clever little play. Oh, man.
That thing slid in there, and Gabe Stone had the opportunity. That would have been, I think, his first varsity goal.
Probably, but here's the thing. Of all times, it was his right foot, and he tried it. I'll give him credit. He used a proper foot for that shot. We complain so many times where they don't use the proper foot, and he did, and he just missed it, and that's just part of it. That was a good effort. But Coleman Norris, super smart since he's been in.
Oh, he's
look at Markley, just battle for it. The ball's in, and it's headed up and out of the way. And right now,
Norris has changed the tempo.
Yeah,
of the
game has just been more battles.
That was a brilliant substitution by Coach Vanderweel putting Norris up front. He's really changed the whole game for the Dragons.
For all you fans that might be watching at CMA land, CGA is up against Plymouth 3-1 at the moment. Ball's in. Broke up by Kendig. Cleared out by Stone. And Mills is not going to get there. Vanderweel gets the ball, gets a touch, knocks it wide. Almeyer takes him out, and there's a free kick. Just a indiscriminate body check. Didn't really do it on purpose, but Timmy gets going, and it's hard to stop that guy. He is fast. This is a good position for them to take a shot on frame, so Markley's going to be ready for it. Let's see what number 13 has. And he chips it, and Markley comes out with ease and gets it. And
it was
a nice chip. It was just a hair too direct to where his teammates couldn't catch up with it. Head ball forward. Vanderweel tips it forward to Jesper. Goes wide, and Gaby Stone's got it on his far side. He's got it on his left. He's going to work it to try to get the cross in. And he drops it in, and that's a great shield. Jesper, and it's just wide. Oh, man, great work out of the sides. Oh, man. It's great stuff. I like the effort. And Chino comes in, and, Norris goes out. It's all right. Let's see what Chino has.
Well, he was getting a little tired, so I think that was a good substitution to get him back in and see what he can do.
I wonder.
But some huge minutes there by Norris.
And the momentum swung back in the Argus' favor at the moment, but we'll see what happens. Oh, that's a good tackle, and it's out of bounds. And CMA is going to throw it. Here comes number 8 with the long throw. And he goes a little bit shorter. And Vanderweel is going to track it down. Nice little touch, get around him. And it's played forward. Manikowski.
Not a good
clear. And I tell you what, he likes to sell this stuff, doesn't he? Number 10, he tries to get the penalties.
He must be in the drama program over there at the academy.
Well, it's part of the games. All right. 3-2 now. Plymouth has come back with Smith. Madison Smith's got 2 quick goals, and now Plymouth is on the run trying to catch up with CGA, and CGA is backpedaling.
He tried to get the slip.
Ball's still played forward. CMA comes out with it. Mills tips it back to Manikowski. Good effort. Manikowski puts it far to Stone, and it's going to be over his head. You know. Out of bounds. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, our producer didn't catch it.
At least somebody's watching.
Producer didn't catch it over there, Stearns. The game says Argus versus Warsaw instead of CGA or CMA. Sorry, Cal Caps. There you go. We changed it. How's that for?
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, fans.
And I didn't even change the date.
We know somebody's watching.
Yeah, right.
We appreciate it.
Right.
What's the date today there, Steve?
28th.
Wow. See what happens when I'm not here for the kickoff? It falls apart.
It throws everything off. Throws everything off. So that's all right. Apologies for that. This is Argus versus CMA. We do appreciate you tuning in, though. And
watching. Looky here. Coach Stone has moved Timmy up, Coleman Norris in the back. Now he's going with some lightning speed, or Coach Vanderweel, and I think that's a good idea. Jesper's getting his quick breather, and there's one thing that Tim definitely does. He causes havoc and pressure on that back line.
Ooh, big collision on there.
And Mills is getting beat up today. So... Well, let's see what we do here. Vanderweel, see if he can get ahead on it.
Well, Mills and Kindig, I think they must be on the same diet because they look very similar in thinness.
Yeah. And there you go.
Marking off distance there.
One-person wall's not affecting the world. Ball in.
He was sure trying to get in front of
and they call it on CMA. And Coach Green's not happy with the call, but Josh tells him why he made the call. And here we go. This is about good chance.
About right where Sam was, wasn't it?
Header. Oh, and it's blocked. A good chance out of Almeyer, and it was blocked. A great defensive play out of CMA. Nifong goes around him. It's played forward. It's broke up. Nifong takes him out. They're going to play advantage. And they definitely have advantage. It is 3 on, well, it's about 3 on 4 at the moment. Now it's not as much.
Good job by the Dragons getting back.
Yeah. And there's a smart play from the officials to allow them to play on with advantage. They had the counter going. Ooh, bad pass out of CMA, cut off by Vanderweel. Now, Markley. Oh, and Markley runs past, just misses the hit. Cam Markley going to battle back for it. Norris plays it forward. And it's mishit, and it's going to be a Dragon throw-in. There goes Timmy. Chino's, he's yelling at it. He gets past them all. Get in the box. Tries to knock it through. Timmy's going to battle.
Working his tail off right there, but he had three Eagles.
Three of them in front of him, and that's effort. 4-2. Lindsay Stiles scores for CGA, and now it's 4-2 up there at Plymouth.
Markley doing a good job there.
Yep. Well, I tell you what. We got us a battle here. It's back and forth.
Well,
just the way you want it. Nice and exciting.
If you're going to be battling for the conference title, nothing like a 1-1 game with 9 minutes to go.
This rivalry goes back for years. Oh, and that's a great ball forward, and it cuts it off.
Well, we talked about that. If you would have been here at the beginning of
Did you?
1963, the first season for soccer in the state of Indiana, CGA or CMA and Argus.
Public school to have it. And here's the throw in. And CMA breaks it up, and then the hustle from Stone gets it back in there and causes some problems. And the CMA player is telling his teammate, that way, take it wide, don't bring it this way. Almeyer going to throw it in. Slipped back with a header. Vanderweel. Oh, and he didn't get to it. Yep, they miscommunicated, and here comes the attack out of CMA. But going that fast, it's hard for them to keep control of the ball because they were on a dead sprint. Going to be a Dragon throw-in, and in comes Jesper, and out goes Timmy.
And for the Dragons, number 17, Jesper Esser.
Looks like Coach told him to get a drink. We're going to probably get him back in. I think that's a great solution up there at the top. He was causing some havoc, making some runs. Here's a ball into Chino, and it's broke up, and it's going to be a corner kick. Pressure from the Dragons, and here comes Stone. Looks like he might take it. And there goes Markley, and I like that because Markley's a righty. It's going to be an in-swinger instead of coming out like Gabe Stone would have. And it's a little bit better when it goes off a deflection when it's already headed towards the goal. And that's a great ball in.
Beautiful.
And it's headed, and it's missed, and it's going to go out of bounds. And that's a good idea and a nice attempt from Owen Nifong.
Like you said, that was a beautiful ball from Markley.
Oh, yeah, that was gorgeous.
He's got that down.
Yep.
And for CMA, number 16.
Well, I see Abby's posting pictures already.
Oh, boy. Abby's got
your
scrapbooks and this and that. You gotta love her enthusiasm for the sport. Just a big heart.
There's an oldie.
Yeah, that was a few years back.
Freshman year, last time they won the sectional. Hopefully they can bookend their careers with another sectional in their senior year.
Yep. Headed forward. Dangerous, but they give them no out. And there's a Off the crossbar.
Oh.
And it's played out.
What a lucky break for the Dragons right there. That was in.
Yep.
And it hits the crossbar. And the rebound shot attempt by CMA was whiffed.
Yeah.
And,
well, it was just bounced far enough away from this player where he didn't
Yeah.
have a chance to get it.
There was a couple of opportunities there with
Yeah.
Markley coming out like he did. And luckily for the Dragons.
Here's the in-swinger from the lefty going near post, and it's headed out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. Near post.
That was just what they wanted. The header,
Yeah.
was right direction and everything, just a little bit too far to the right. It's getting tight
excited.
right here. 5.5 minutes left, and both teams are getting on it.
Knife on with a huge kick again. Stone runs through it. Ball's played up. Manikowski hits it back in. Shoulder tackled and still playing. Up.
So one thing we haven't ran on, we've had a couple of ties this year, but overtime we go to 5 minutes.
If I'm correct, it's 2 sevens. 2 sevens.
2 7 minutes, and then
in the
PKs.
older groups, it gets up to like 2 15s. So, it's 2 sevens and then PKs.
All right, so we might have a little bit of soccer left here if somebody doesn't get on the board in the next 4.5. That's, yes, our last minute defense, but it's been a lot better in the last 6 or 7 games than it was early in the season.
Yeah, and then, here's, he falls down. And it's throwing for CMA. It's already in. Stone hits it with his left. Might stay in bounds, but the bounce will probably curl it out. And that's good work to keep it in. It's mishit. Esper has it. Chino, and it's taken away, but Vanderwill has it. Needs to go wide. Markley settles. Chips it in. And it's going to be broke up. And here comes the Stone, and he hits it back forward with his right. And Jesper's not going to be able to get there, and Farmer takes it.
Good job by Farmer coming off his line right there. Esser was getting close. No go for the Dragons.
Bounced off his back instead of his head, and there's another header. Vanderwill settles, then goes through 2 and puts it forward. It's broke up, gets the ball back. Goes over to Chino. It's headed forward. CMA has plenty of time with the ball. And it's broke up by Markley. Will Mills runs through it. CMA plays it wide. Goes through the center now. Here comes number 10. He's counting on his speed. And he's got it. And there goes wide, and it's no good.
Ooh.
Just wide.
Boy,
number 10.
He went far post, and he would have had it if he could have got it in just a little bit more. It was the line was there.
Yeah, the line was open, and it's just one of those things. But here's what I try to explain to kids. That back corner post is aimed for that. If you're off a couple feet one way, it's on frame. You're off the other way, it's on frame. If you look at that front post, and if you're off a couple feet, it goes wide. You're out of luck. And Dragons dodged a bullet on that one. He's got some wheels.
Well, he shot that with his left foot, and it almost looked like it might have been curling out.
Here's an opportunity.
Away.
It's broke up. Manikowski, and he still battles for it. Drops it way back. And here comes some back pressure from Esper. And it's going to be broke up by Stone, and it goes back into the center. And now it's just turning into a quick game of kickball, and it's going to be who's going to get the lucky break.
2 minutes.
Ball's wide. Markley just contains, and he's going to battle, and he loses it. Initial foul was outside the box. That's a good call.
So it's going to be basically a short corner kind of kick right here for the Eagles.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous here.
They are on the far post and they're ready to attack here off of this little punch.
That's an awful tough one to try to bend from that way. The fan's saying to bend it. It had to be a massive curler real close. He goes on the ground, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick.
That could have been trouble right there because there was three people in front of Markley, and if that would have went through somebody's feet, he couldn't see it.
Well, Timmy's on that near post for that reason, and he stepped forward and made the initial contact. 52 seconds left. Here's a corner.
Okay, we've seen the last minute be trouble for the Dragons. Can they hold them out?
There's a header. It's loose. And what a diving save by Markley on the goal line. Shot on frame.
Oh, wow.
And the ball's played forward. Headed back. Markley runs through it. Plays it up. It's broke away. And now it's kicked forward. And he's offsides anyways. And it's going to be Dragons ball.
So some urgency here for the Dragons. 20 seconds left.
And they're calling the offsides. And here comes a quick play. Nifong.
That's going to kill it for the game.
Now Nifong can put it in. Oh, and he doesn't get the height underneath it. It's loose, and Farmer's going to pick it up, and we got extra minutes, baby, extra minutes.
All right, so we're going to start what could be the first of 2 7-minute periods.
All right, well, let's see what's going on here.
Okay, so it's 7-7 no matter what.
7 minutes no matter what, 2 halves. They switch sides, no break in between.
Okay.
It's just instant. You walk to the other end of the pitch, and let's start off.
So after 7, if it's 2-1, we still play the second 7.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to have 14 more minutes here of action. We're going to take a break here from Eugene Snyder Field while the teams get ready for overtime. It's longest running extra time. I'm sorry, Andy, extra time. The longest running rivalry in the state of Indiana, soccer, and we're getting extra time.
No. What did you say? Yes, it was Sunday.
We'll be right back here with the extra time period starting in just a few minutes.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank. Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
All right, welcome back here from Eugene Snyder Field. We're underway with extra time, as Andy pointed out, it is called. The Dragons and the Eagles battling it out, tied at 1 after regular time. Appreciate you coming back here, Steve Stricker, Alex Stearns. Andy had to run. He had a call he had to take for put a different hat on. He had his bus driver hat on earlier, then his commentator hat, and now he's on his EMS hat, so fire hat, or I don't know what he had going on. So I'll get you through the extra time here. Let's see what the Dragons can do. And there's a bouncer shot, and Markley went to his knees, and it almost hopped over top of his head right there, but he's able to corral it. That was Tates, the sophomore. He's been a great player, good energy here for the Eagles all game long. And the Eagles are continuing with the offensive pressure here in the extra time. They were close to a goal opportunity late in the game, but the Dragons were able to dodge the bullet and make it into this extra period. So what we're going to do here, for those of you who don't know, we will do 2 7-minute periods, switching ends in between the periods, and it's going to be the full 7 both periods. And then if it is tied at the end of those 2 7-minute periods, then we will go to goal kicks, penalty kicks, and keep going on that until we have a winner. So looks like Alex's scoreboard camera has gone out on us. Yep, battery's dead, so I'll keep you informed on the time. We know the score, 1-1, but 4:11 left to go here in the first extra period. Ball's going to go out of bounds to the Eagles off of Esser. Zahner's going to throw it in. We've seen his throws are huge. Senior. And once again, gets it way down the field. There's a good run by Markley. And they're going to call a foul with a dangerous play on CMA. Sorry. Keep calling him CGA.
Do you call 2-minute one?
I don't know what they did. Did they switch it to 2 minutes this year?
Yeah, it's 2 minutes.
We can say 2 minutes, yeah.
A little back and forth going on right now between the two teams. Here comes the Eagles, though. Good job by Markley to clear it out and let the defense reset. The Eagles were in position to get something going right there. We are at 2 minutes left in the first extra period time. Extra time period.
2 minutes.
There's a nice little header, and tried to get the drop and a shot, and it's blocked by Markley and cleared out by Nifong. Good defensive job there by the Dragons. Esser gets good sportsmanship there. He knocks Zahner down, but helps him back up. Unintentional. And we got some subs going to check in for Argus. Looks like J.J. Riddle and Jacob Olds. And is that Norris? Norris? Okay. So Olds, Norris, and Riddle check in for the Dragons. Smell chlorine. You smell chlorine? Oh, okay. It's like, wow, we're in a pool all of a sudden. Right? Yeah. The concession stand downstairs is in the cleanup process. It's good to know they clean her good, though. Got the bleach going. So run on the far side there by CMA with pressure on for the defense. And it's kicked back out towards the midfield.
I notice that Jesper has definitely picked up his conditioning as the season's gone on, because he's all over the field these days.
Nice run there by Esser. And
10, 9, 8.
wow, we're already through the first period here, the last 5 seconds. That went quick. I guess it is only 7 minutes, so the clock doesn't stop in soccer. So we've got 7 more minutes. The teams are going to be switching ends, and they're not going to take any kind of a break, so we're going to stay right here. So we've got 7 more minutes. If the two teams, nobody can score and break the tie, we're going to go into PKs. That's I don't know. Call me crazy, but that's like finishing out a basketball game by shooting free throws. I mean, it just, I guess it's exciting because, you know, you have to do it, but that is the result if we go 7 more minutes here. Nice run there by Naifong, showing his athletic ability there. Naifong been moved up here by Coach Vanderweel for this period.
I believe he just overlapped, and so a guy temporarily took the spot.
Okay, yeah.
To go up when he sees the moment. That was a good opportunity.
So Naifong's still in the back. He just ran up, made a play on the ball right there. It's going to go out off of Chino, and it's going to be Academy throw in. And the number 8, Zahner, with the big throw again. Nice job there by Manikowski. Heads it out. Chino slips it. Can't get it past. And Esser's got a run going. Can he keep it in? Going to go out of bounds. Nice hustle there by Jesper. We've seen Jesper all over the field here tonight. He's had a great game. He's got some subs coming in for CMA.
Number 5, Carson Miser. Number 7, William Wakeland. And number 22, Tom Nee.
Miser, Wakeland, and Nee come into the games for the academies. Nice run there by Olds. Can't get in front of it, and it's going to go out of bounds, be a throw in for the Dragons. Quickly taken there by Argus. And good defense, and the header is missed by Manikowski, but Kindig is there. Nice pass there by Riddle, couldn't handle it though. Big kick there by the keeper, Farmer, and there's going to be a foul. It's going to be a dangerous play on number 10 of CMA. That's Pumero. He is the only goal scorer for the Eagles. Nice kick up there, and Riddle redirects it, but nobody's home. Ball sat there right in the middle for a second. It looked like somebody could have got up there. There was a good shot opportunity for the Dragons. 4 minutes. And here's Osborne. We haven't seen him out for a bit, so we'll see if he can add some firepower up front for the Dragons. 3:50 left to go here in the second extra time. Shot was on goal by Chino, but easily handled by the keeper, Farmer. And Manikowski's misplaying those a little bit right there. He needs to make sure he get a good solid hit on those coming off of the keeper. Eagles keep it in on the far side, and they're working it up. Going to look to change directions. They got a couple going on the run here on the side. And it's trouble, but Kindig is able to get in there. And nice job by Kindig and Manikowski right there. Allows the Dragons to get back and reset their defense. 3 minutes even left here in the second extra time period. Big throw in right there into the box. Good job by Naifong. Great header there by that was Riddle with a big head right there that got the ball out for the Dragons. And they're back on the attack. Stopped by the Eagles. That one stays in. Farmer's able to corral it and gives it a ride. Not the best kick out of the box there by Farmer. Good job by Kindig. Good defense there by the Dragons. Everything that the Eagles are throwing at them right now, they're able to get it out defensively. So minute 30 left to go here in the second extra time period. Can the Dragons keep it clean? Another big throw into the box. Markley comes off and is able to corral it. Great job there by the freshman keeper for the Dragons. And he sends it well over the midfield stripe, and Chino's going to try and put a head on it, and he can't. And back we go here with the Eagles. Kindig's able to get it out. And Vanderweel sends it to the side, making a run on the other side, but the Eagles are able to break it up. We're under a minute left here in the second extra time. And a good run. We've got a Eagle free on the near side, but Mankowski recovers. And he kicks it out of bounds with 36 seconds left to go. So they're giving the ball to Argus on the throw. And Riddle moved his way up, and they're saying, no, you were back there. 23 seconds. Naifong, back and forth. Last 10 seconds here, 8 seconds. And we're going to go to PKs, folks. This one's going to go through the second extra time period. No score by either squad, so we got extra time, no score, and we're going to go to PKs here until we get a winner between the Argus Dragons and the CMA Eagles. So they'll start off as C5, and if they're still even after 5, then they just keep going one at a time, correct?
Yes.
One at a time?
First 5, and after that, there's pairs, yep.
So this is where it gets exciting, folks. We're going to see it's going to be a big test for the freshman keeper for the Dragons, going up against a senior on the other end, Farmer. But really, it's a kind of a game of chance. You gotta pick it out and hope that you decided the right way, because you can't really, if you're gonna go left, you gotta hope that they kick it left, because it's not like you can go left and then back right and have a chance. So this ought to be exciting here. We're gonna have a winner here shortly, but 1-1 tie after 2 extra time periods between the Argus Dragons and the CMA Eagles. We're going to keep it here as the two teams are getting ready to come out on the pitch. So the folks here in the stands are getting their money's worth out of their tickets here tonight.
They write a place down for PKs or something. These do not count as far as I don't think goals as your seat career thing. I'm not sure they count for that. I'm not sure about that actually. Because the guys may do it, but whoever enters the PK shootout.
All right, so the 5 Eagles got number 10, Pomero. Of course, he's the scorer for the lone goal for the Eagles. I see number 13, Terhune out there. Number 8, no, is that number 3? Number 3, Ellison. So number 16, I see Brummel. He's a sophomore. Terhune, a senior. Ellison, a junior. Palmero is a senior. And let's see who the 5th one is. And for Argus, looks like Sam Manikowski. I see Jesper Esser. I see... Number 10, Nifong, of course. I'm sure Vanderweel, yep. Lucas Vanderweel. And then Will Mills. Will Mills is out there. So sophomore Mills, sophomore Manikowski, junior Vanderweel, sophomore Nifong, and then senior Esser for the Dragons. And the Dragons are going to have the first kick, and Farmer's lined up in the box. Let's see who Coach Vanderweel sends out here for the Dragons. And they're going to start it off with the sophomore Nifong. So Nifong versus Farmer, first PK.
First off for Argus, number 10, Owen Nifong.
There's a silence over the crowd. I feel like I should be in my golf voice here. Nifong lines up for the kick. And shot's in. Nifong puts it in. So Argus up 1. So CMA is going to send their first player to the line. So Tates, the sophomore, is going to be up first for CMA. So we'll see sophomore Tates versus freshman Markley. Let's see if he can get a stop here. The advantage is on the side of the shooter here. Well, they're definitely doing a good bounce. And it's in. Ties it up, 1-1. So first 2 kickers both put it in for CMA and Argus, and Manikowski is going to be the next one for the Dragons. So the sophomore defender up against the senior Farmer. See if he can put the pressure on the Eagles. And he gets it through. He gets it through. So 2 up, 2 in for the Dragons. That one was close. That one was close. Palmero is up next for the Eagles.
CMA is number 10, Daniel Palmero.
Second kicker for the Eagles. Oh, and he gets it in. So we're 2 for 2 for both teams, and Esser's going to be the third kicker for the Dragons.
Up for Argus is number 17, Jesper Esser.
No. He just turned around. Oh.
Drama.
Why was he backwards?
Esser gets it high and goes over the top of him, gets it in. Dragons are 3 for 3. So the pressure now falls on the shoulders of the Eagles.
Come on, 3.
3 was on the list.
CMA is number 3, Eric Ellison.
So Ellison up for the Eagles, trying to make it 3 for 3. And Markley stops it! Markley stops it! What a play by the freshman. He stops it. Colton Markley. Colton. So the 3-2 advantage for the it's Mills. And he puts it in.
Number 5, Will Mills.
Is he wearing 8 tonight? Huh, that was Mills. All right, so the Dragons, after 4 kickers, are 4 for 4. CMA is down. They've got to put this one in to tie the Dragons up, and then one more kick for the Dragons, and that's going to put them over the top. So number 5, Miser, is going to be your third kicker here for the Eagles. And it goes in. That's no problem right there. We've got one stop. So it is all on the shoulders of the junior Vanderwill. If he can punch this in right here, it is over, and the Dragons will pull out the win. What a huge win this would be for the Dragons here against the CMA Eagles. All right, here comes Vanderwill. He lines it up. He's ready. He puts it in! Dragons win! Dragons win! The Dragons win! Vanderwill puts it in. The Dragons go 5 for 5, and they pull out the huge win versus CMA here. What a win for the Dragons. They're going to move to 4-0 in the conference. They're one game away against Bethany on Saturday from taking the conference title, and that would be a huge accomplishment for this young Dragons squad. After graduating 11 seniors last year, Coach Vanderwill has them peaking at just the right time. And what a wonderful way to end a very, very hard-fought game here between both squads. The final score, how do they score that, 2-1? 2-1, your final score, and the Dragons pull out the win. That's 6 in a row for the Dragons. They're going to be going up to Bethany on Saturday to finish out the regular season, and that one is going to be, if the Dragons win it, they are the NISC champs. So if the Dragons lose it, then it's going to be a 3-way tie, and we'll have to go to PKs on the conference, so to speak. So, wow, what a night here at Eugene Snyder Field. Dragons pull out the big win in PKs over the CMA Eagles. Well, I'm breathless. So we're going to wrap it up here tonight for Alex Stearns and Andy. He had to take off, but man, I tell you what, he would have loved to have seen that. What a time to have to leave. Yep, he'll have to tune in and watch it. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to RTC4.com tonight and Argus Dragons Soccer. Steve Stricker here from Eugene Snyder Field, where the Dragons win by a score of 2-1 over CMA. Good night here from the Argus, everybody.